another tournament day, and we didn't get to practice for it. But we are out on Watts Bar. Things have just been busy, busy, busy. We moved in the middle of the week before Christmas. We moved, so we've been in our house about 2 months now. So we're still steadily unpacking. The new grandbaby has shown up. He had to spend a little time in NICU, but he's doing fine. But we've not had a chance to do much fishing, just to be perfectly honest. No pre-fishing on this, not a lot of prep work other than trying to check a few fishing reports. The water is muddy, very muddy. I didn't expect it to be this muddy, honestly. I mean, we had some rain, but not a ton. Temperature is somewhere between 51, 52 degrees. So we should see some, I hope, some decent activity. But anyway, we're gonna get out here. Clyde's gonna head that way and fish the bluffs. There's a big flat over there. I'm gonna head down through here and try to hit some of these boat docks and some other flats and work our way towards the main channel and just see what we can get into. And who knows, we're kind of hoping. The last time we were here, we caught 3 muskie this exact same time of year. So we'll see. But anyway, let's get after it. I got to swap out my crankbait, and then we should be good to go. There we go. I think that's a nice one. He'll score. That's a good start right there. That's a good start right there. All right, let's get a measurement on this. All right, there's our first fish of the day, 16 1/4. Good way to start the day. Buddy, he was a pain in the butt though. I had to retake the picture about 6 times because he did not want to hold still. And made a mess of everything. All right, we're gonna keep on with what's worked then. And we're gonna make a few more casts out here. I might have to change this jig from green pumpkin to black and blue. There's another one. Pretty sure he's scoreable too. I don't think, he's not as big as the other guy was. Oh no, he might be. You ain't the same fish, are you? Quit it. All right, fish number 2, he's 15 1/2. He's a thick fella too, man. But looks like I'm on something here, so I'm gonna stick with it. We're gonna let him go, get him on the leaderboard, and get back at it.
Just caught another one in probably 2 feet of water on the Rocco.
Any size to him?
Looks like he's gonna be around 16 as well.
Got him. That's what we're looking for. Check her out, guys. On the OG Slim in red, right off of the bank. And I mean, he was really, really shallow. So my dad's already caught 2, and I just caught 1 on the same crankbait. Well, he's got the Rocco on, I've got the Slim on. So looks like we've got a pattern. All right, 1 down, 2 more keepers to go.
Are you serious? Well now, that is interesting.
putting away the jerkbait and throwing on a lipless crankbait. I should have that one. There we go. My Arashi vibe. It's my Spro Ruku shad. There's a largemouth. Oh, I lost him. Dang it. That's a nice largemouth right there. Got him. That's a good one. That's a nice one. He's thick. That's a healthy fish. Pale as can be. That's a nice little largemouth. Ooh, he is slippy. You know what? I'm paranoid. He's a fat fish too. We got ourselves a 15.5. Check it out, guys. Another healthy fish. Got a big belly on that one. Caught him on this here point. So that's 2 keepers. Alright, I'm gonna submit him real quick. The sun's coming out, that should help the cause as well. Gotta love it when they come shallow. Temp right here is 52.5. See what standings say. That's got me and him in first and second. So, but we've got a guy who's caught a 20.5, a guy who's caught an 18. So we're definitely gonna have to catch some bigger fish. But that's good news, but a lot of people don't turn in their fish until later on in the day. So we'll see what happens, but I'm gonna fish this point a little bit more and try to catch some more.
Get in here. Fish number 3, 14.75. So it gives us a limit on the day. That's always a good thing. Get him submitted to the leaderboard and see if we can't pull another one off of these boat docks. Yes. Don't think he's gonna cull anything for me. Nope. Okay. Yes, that's a keeper. You will score, baby. Let's go. Come on, get in there. One treble in there. One treble. One treble. Okay, in the net. Cool. If I can keep him from maybe getting that hooked into the. Of course it did. All right, so that's 3 keepers on the day. $13.5. All right, guys, that's 3 keepers. 13.5 inches, so he's my smallest now. I'll let him go. If I can, now I need to catch something that's bigger than 13.5. So 13.75. Get this out of the net, get him submitted, and we're going to keep on going down this bank. That's got me in 5th. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . .
So smallest is 13 and a half. Need to go catch that bigger than 13 and a half. That looks like an upgrade. There we go. That is a significant upgrade. All right, guys, that coals for me. He's 15 and a half off of this wood here. I'm hoping there's more here. You're gonna need something probably in the 18, 19 inch range as a kicker to really be able to get in the top 3, but we'll see. It's hard to tell beforehand, so I'm gonna get him submitted, maybe check standings if they're not turned off, and keep fishing this area. That's got me in 6th. My smallest is now 14. That was a bluegill. Come after this thing.
GoPro capture. I don't think he's going to be big enough to coal anything for me. Let's see. Nope, not quite. Set him free. That is not a bass. Right there is a big old fat crappie. All right, there he is, almost 12 inches. Back he goes. You are not the fish we're looking for.
I have no idea what this is. Whoa. Oh. I have no idea what this is. I think I've got a muskie. It's a drum! Holy crap! Holy cow! Golly! What length do we got here? I just need a length, buddy. I need to know if you're tarp. Holy crap! Cooperate with me, drum. What do we got here? All right, guys, I'm gonna get it back in the water. Look at this, 24-inch drum. He's monstrous. I'm gonna put it back in the water, let him go. Oh, quit being dramatic. Go on down. I was snagged, and I guess he just, that's the definition of a reaction bite right there, because good grief. He was, I mean, he just took off with it.
Nope. 14 3/4. Already have one 14 3/4. Okay, man. You guys are starting to feed. Yeah, he ain't gonna cull anything for me. All right, that's a little guy. Gonna send him on his way.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. We hope that you enjoyed it. Now, we were very blessed on this trip to Watts Bar because all the circumstances and the weather really lined up for us to do our best fishing, what we're most familiar with and what we know the best, and that's fishing shallow, crankbait, power fishing kind of thing. And because of the weather leading up to it, we had a good amount of rain, which made the water very muddy, but we also had, between the rain and the tournament, we had a ton of sunshine and warm weather up in the mid 70s or so. The combination of this really warmed up the water temperatures. It got well into the 50s, into the mid 50s, and the fish were really shallow, just congregating towards that warm water. And the sunshine shining onto that muddy water, that darker water, really helped that as well. But overall, we just had a fantastic day out on the water, especially since we didn't get to do any pre-fishing because we were still pretty busy with the move and a number of other things that have been happening. I'm not going to go into details on that. But it was overall a very good day, and we ended up with 2 top 10 finishes, which is really good for our goals for the total season. Now, my dad finished in 9th place. He had 46.5 inches, which is a very good placement for no practice in the month of February. And then I finished in 10th with 44 3/4 inches. So pretty good totals. And this tournament is very unique because it was in conjunction with Tennessee Bass Nation, which is a larger, more statewide tournament trail that is associated with the Bass Masters. And because we were in conjunction with one another, a lot of people double dipped, meaning they fished both tournaments at the same time. And because of that, there were a few people I think that finished ahead of us that are not TNKATT members. And what that means is because they're not actual TNKATT members, they're not competing for Angler of the Year, which means that when it comes to the points, that when they release them later on in the year, those people ahead of us that are not TNKATT members will not count in AOY. So, for instance, the best way to explain it is on Gunnersville last year, I technically finished in 5th place, but 4th, 3rd, and 2nd were not TNKATT members. They were local Alabama anglers that joined the tournament. And because they weren't going to be fishing any other tournaments, they're not competing for AOY for TNKATT, which means I technically finished within TNKATT members in 2nd place. So 1st place gets 100 points and 2nd place gets 99, then 98, 97, and so on. And I got 99 points for my 5th place finish because the 3 of the people ahead of us were not TNKATT members. And the same here. Now, I'm not sure who is and is not. We've not been able to mingle a lot in the tournaments just because of how busy our schedule's been since we've moved. But I think at least 2 or 3 people that were ahead of us are not TNKATT members, which means when it comes to the actual AOY placements, we'll be a little bit higher than 9th and 10th for this tournament. So overall, it really helps us for our end of the year goal of qualifying for the state championship team. So that's an awesome jump for that. I believe that gives my dad 2 top 10 finishes and gives me 2 top 10 finishes. And our goal is 5 apiece. So 3 more apiece, and we've got a lot of good tournaments coming up for that. Now for future videos, we should be getting back in the swing of regular uploads. It's been kind of hit and miss because of the weather and moving. We've just not been able to go out and fish, and I've not been able to get in here and edit as much as normal. So the next video you can expect is our work in the Cherokee TNKATT tournament that took place in March. We did not get to practice for that one either, so there will be no prep video for that. But the TNKATT tournament ended up doing pretty good, even though it was pretty crazy with the weather. Got very, very windy. But that's going to be a really good video. I'm really looking forward to getting that edited together and uploaded for y'all. So I believe that about covers everything that we need to talk about. Hope y'all have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you in the next one.